What is up, everybody? It's your boy Chris Cage coming at you 2 times, and it's time now for another Hot Wheels all-out race. We are racing fantasy cars in Block A. We're on the Super 6 lane, and we have Block A right here, right in front of you. A lot of great cars here today for some great all-out racing. We're going to race this entire bin except for the cars that cannot fit on the track, or castings that cannot fit on the track. Hopefully one of these mini castings are going to win Hot Wheels All Out and become the winner for their block. And with that in mind, it's time now to get it on as we kick things off with our first round. Best of luck to all the racers. It's time now to begin the first round. It's time to turn on the finish line.
Hot Wheels racers, pick your lane.
It's time for our first proper Hot Wheels All Out race to kick off with our first 6.
Winner, lane 3.
And your first fantasy car to cross the line for 2020 is D-Muscle. Next matchup.
Winner, lane 2.
Split Vision. Next matchup.
Winner, lane 3.
Goes to the Impavito 1 Race Team Edition. Alright, next matchup.
Winner, lane 1.
Power Pistons. Alright, next matchup.
Winner, lane 2.
Dogzilla. Next matchup.
Winner, lane 2.
Supervan. Next matchup.
Winner, lane 1.
Night Dragon. Next matchup.
Winner, lane 5.
Goes to Fast Fish. Alright, next matchup.
Winner, lane 1.
Winner is the Hollinator. Next matchup.
Winner, lane 1.
Winner is Turbot. Alright, next matchup. Here we go, we're ready to race now. Let's see who will win it.
Winner, lane 2.
Fast Feline. Next matchup.
Winner, lane 2.
GT Racer. Next matchup.
Winner, lane 2.
Crocodile. Next matchup.
Winner, lane 4.
Goes to Motoblade. Next matchup.
Winner, lane 1.
Loopster. Alright, next matchup.
Winner, lane 1.
RD3. Next matchup.
Winner, lane 2.
Baja Bone Shaker. Next matchup.
Winner, lane 2.
Turbine Time. Next matchup.
Winner, lane 1.
Highway Hauler 2. By the way, we do have an original Highway Hauler that's going to be racing somewhere down the line. Alright, next matchup.
Winner, lane 1.
Ruler Toaster. And it even says that on the vehicle, so you know it's the winner. All right, next matchup.
Winner, lane 2.
Slicked back. And you say cruise cars don't have that much of a say-so in winning. Next matchup.
Winner, lane 3.
A casting we haven't seen in a while, Berserk. Next matchup.
Winner, lane 4.
2, count 'em 2, GT Racers, moving on. Next matchup.
Winner, lane 2.
Another Fast Fish. Next matchup.
Winner, lane 3.
Super Blitzen. Next matchup.
Winner, lane 3.
Hot Weiler. Next matchup.
Winner, lane 2.
It goes to Bifocal 2. Next matchup.
Winner, lane 4.
It goes to, I think this is called Backdraft. Next up. Our next matchup.
Winner, lane 3.
F Racer. Next matchup.
Winner, lane 1.
Scupa de Fuego. Next matchup.
Winner, lane 1.
Roadster. Next matchup.
Winner, lane 1.
Old number 3. I only have one of these, by the way. Next matchup.
Winner, lane 2.
Gazella GT. All right, next matchup.
Winner, lane 3.
Fire Eater. All right, next matchup.
Winner, lane 2.
Winner is Blitzspeeder. Next matchup.
Winner, lane 2.
Super Stinger. All right, next matchup.
Winner, lane 6.
All the way in lane 6, our winner is HW40, which looks like it glows in the dark, but it doesn't. Next matchup.
Winner, lane 4.
Winner is Silhouette 2. Next matchup.
Winner, lane 2.
The Governor. All right, next matchup.
Winner, lane 2.
It goes to Repo Duty. All right, next matchup.
Winner, lane 1.
Winner is Roller Toaster. Next matchup.
Winner, lane 1.
Steer Clear. Next matchup.
Winner, lane 4.
All a mess. I think it goes to Steer Clear. Again, in purple this time. All right, next matchup.
Winner, lane 5.
Double Vision. Next matchup.
Winner, lane 4.
Hot Wheels High. Next matchup.
Winner, lane 6.
Street Shaker. All right, next matchup.
Winner, lane 2.
Winner is Twin Mill. All right, next matchup. Winner is the Spider-Man Homecoming Chase Edition, Scuba de Fuego. We're down to the final group of 5 now. It's time to see who will move on to the next round.
Winner, lane 5.
Just like another race, we have ourselves a winner at the very far most of the track. It's going to be Hammer Shark, or Shark Hammer. Oh, Hammer Down, I meant. I had to read the word of the casting. So here are all the castings that are moving on. After round number 1, 49 different castings have managed to move on this far, but we're going to trim this round down in the next round. So it's time to see who will stay and who will go, as round number 2 will be coming up next. Time to begin round number 2. Here's your first matchup.
Winner, lane 5.
Lane 5, and it goes to the Loopster. Next matchup.
Winner, lane 2.
At last, my favorite car wins. GT Racer. Next matchup. Lane 3, and it goes to the Hollinator. Alright, next matchup.
Winner, lane 2.
That GT Racer was all the way up front. It could have been gone for miles. Next matchup.
Winner, lane 4.
Fast Fish with the number on it. It's number 20. All right, next matchup.
Winner, lane 2.
Split Vision. Next matchup.
Winner, lane 2.
Goes to the what's it called again? Turbine Time. Second to the last matchup.
Winner, lane 3.
The Super Van. Here's your final matchup. Time to see who'll move on to the finals.
Winner, lane 2.
Fire Eater is going to move on. You never know, there may be a Fire Eater 2 coming into the All Out Racing series. You never know. Only time will tell. That is it for round number 2 racing. Here are your cars moving on to round number... Not even a round number, but the finals. You know, the finals where we race 2 heats of cars to get 2 finalists to race against each other in the gauntlet. Let's see who will be the 2 deciding cars amongst this group of 9, as the finals will be coming up next. Finals, ladies and gentlemen. Here is your first of 2 heats.
Winner, lane 1.
What? You mean to tell me these 2 original GT Racers got their asses handed to by a little ass roller coaster with some guys with one of them having their hands waving in the air? You got that right. Loopster beats both of the GT Racers. That is a WTF moment. We are guaranteed a new winner for Block A of the fantasy side. So let's see who is going to challenge Loopster.
Winner, lane 1.
It will be Turbine Time taking on Loopster in the gauntlet race. It's time to see if it'll either be Turbine Time or Loopster to win in this race. It's time to begin the gauntlet race. Alright, here we go. Loopster versus Turbine Time. It's time to see who will win and become the Hot Wheels All Out winner for Block A. For fantasy cars,
Winner, lane 2.
god damn, the Loopster is fast. Let's see if Loopster will close the deal. If not, they'll be forced into a split race.
Winner, lane 5.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that race didn't take that long because your winner for Fantasy Cars Block A is Loopster. This casting comes to us from a Fun Park 5-pack. It comes in 2 variations, and there'll be one you'll see in another bin, because this is the hands-up variation, as there's a hands-down variation. And you know have to collect both Loopsters in order to have, in order to have a Loopster collection, you gotta have the hands-up and hands-down version. Just, if it's a treasure hunt, yeah, it's gonna be way more harder than usual. Anyway, congratulations to Loopster for getting this win and winning Hot Wheels All Out for Fantasy Cars in Block A. As next time when we see you, we'll be racing realistic cars in Block A. It's gonna be interesting. But that'll do it for today's race. I hope you like this video. Give it a thumbs up. Comment down below. If you are brand new to this channel, be sure you subscribe and also turn on the notifications bell as well. It's your boy Chris Cage. I'm coming at you 2 times, and we will see you at the next video.